There's a joke among baseball reporters: we pray for quick games and good stories. They don't always go hand in hand. I wasn't supposed to cover Wednesday's World Series game between the Houston Astros and Los Angeles Dodgers, my colleague Billy Witz was. But at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, not long into the game, rumblings had emerged that Yankees manager Joe Girardi's contract would not be renewed, which is significant news. It was true, his departure was announced on Thursday morning. So my editor in New York, Jay Schreiber, called me in Los Angeles. I was sitting in the press box at Dodger Stadium, working on a feature about the series, saying Billy was writing about Girardi and asking me to pick up the game story that night instead. 30 minutes later, in the fourth inning, he called again to check in and confirm. I had already started writing. I quickly skimmed through some game notes, along with transcripts of the pre-game interviews with the managers. Before every playoff game, teams provide the press with a packet of materials. I've covered baseball at the Times since June 2016, and obviously was already following what was going on in the series, but I did not have any immediate ideas about how to frame Game 2 in writing. As if it had fallen from the sky, a fruitful theme emerged in the sixth inning. Corey Seager, the Dodgers all-star shortstop who missed the previous round of the playoffs with a bad back, smashed a go-ahead, 2-run home run. Hitting a baseball is hard enough, imagine bashing it into the stands when it is thrown at 97 miles per hour and you have barely played the past 2 weeks. Even when standout Dodgers relievers Brandon Morrow and Kenley Jansen gave up a run in the eighth inning, the Dodgers still held a 3-2 lead, and I thought the 950 words of a story framed around Seager would still work. I even liked how I had written it. But in the top of the ninth inning, something unlikely happened. Astros left fielder Marwin Gonzalez, who had been struggling in the playoffs, clobbered a game-tying home run off Jansen, who had never blown a save in his playoff career. It was 11:18 p.m. Eastern. While the most dramatic, mind-bending games are fun to watch on the couch or at the bar or in the stands, trying to capture the many late-game twists and turns as the final print edition deadline nears can be nerve-wracking. So, goodbye Corey Seager story. I copied it all into a separate document and started rewriting. Then, in the top of the 10th inning, Astros stars Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa gave Houston a 5-3 lead with 2 solo home runs. As a reporter, I have no rooting interest. But this gave me a little bit of a cushion from deadline pressure. The Dodgers still had to bat in the bottom of the inning. I reframed the story around Houston's improbable comeback against a Dodgers bullpen that had not allowed a run in 25 consecutive innings entering the game, focusing on the blasts by Gonzalez, Correa, and Altuve. At 11:50 p.m., the night sports editor, Joel Pederson, emailed to remind me that they would need the story immediately when the game ended to get it into the final edition. "Don't worry if it's sloppy, we'll clean up whatever," said Pederson, who has saved me on deadline before.